No, let's just do coins.
Anybody?
9.
There is some.
I always go to that one.
I'll be bringing mine in cash, Mitch. Big cash, homie. Look at me, America. Look how Tron is living.
Well, you know, that's just like,
You need to diversify your opinions.
I should have done that one first.
You need to diversify your
Could have been somebody right there.
you know, that's just like,
And welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. We are the Sportstronauts. Broadcasting
Tronauts.
live and direct from Hollywood, California. Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida. Exploring the world of sports and the universe in which it is.
In which.
The universe is in. Welcome. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
So I just want to start out, John, by saying that we officially are like live online and we have listeners that are actually listening to us. So now we're not doing this for ourselves. We are doing this.
Look at me, America. Look how Tron is living.
That's right. That's us right now.
That's us.
That's us.
We're
We're going
doing
to
a
pay
deal.
you all for your likes
Straight cash, homie.
with straight cash, homie.
That's exactly right.
No, but really, thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking us out on the socials.
Hey, thanks,
We are back at it. I'm
Thank
Kevin,
you.
and that's
Johan.
Johann Sebastian Patnello. We're here. We're chilling.
We're doing deal.
How was your week, Brosie?
Browsy, it's the same deal every time.
Same deal every time?
Yeah, same shit, man.
Same shit, different idea.
Yeah, it's just going
Well,
to work.
the
Had to
only
get
di-
up, go to work. Traffic's a little bit different.
Oh, man.
The young child. Hey, Fash.
No, where did it go?
I'll
Oh,
tell
there it
you.
is.
To get up and go to college.
Okay.
College.
We'll get better at that.
There was some college shit involved.
Well, at any rate.
So,
You know, it's the same, but I'll tell you what isn't the same is the fucking traffic.
Uh,
That's what pisses me off.
the deal with the weather at the moment sucks. Now, this kind of weather anywhere else in the country, everyone's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. This is like a normal Tuesday back
A
home.
normal.
Like a normal Sunday up top back home. But when it gets cloudy here in the greater Los Angeles area, it's like Fear the Walking Dead. It's the end of the world starts every time it rains, and then the next day it's sunny, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, thank God it's sunny again." And then everyone can go back to like texting and driving and not using their turn signals and not knowing how to properly use a fucking 4-way stop sign.
That's the worst. That really, if it's more than 2 ways, if it's 3 or 4. Oh, excuse me, please.
One.
Please. Excellent. If it's
That was
3
perfect.
or yeah, that was
We
deal.
did good.
If there was if it's 2, if it's more than 2, you're screwed in LA. People do not understand. And if there's a traffic
And if it's
circle,
raining,
it's like
you're never
it snowed
making it
6
through.
inches.
Waze will tell you to go around. Morgan Freeman's voice will come on Waze and tell you to go around and get out your wallet because you need to pay with.
I'll be bringing mine in cash, Mitch.
We're gonna get into that.
Which is amazing.
We're
but
gonna get into
that's
that.
I feel like saying that shit to the drivers I see. I'm
I feel like
screaming
saying
at
it
these
to
fuckers.
everybody.
I'm yelling at them, dude.
It's terrible.
I'm yelling. I'm saying, do you know how to drive, dude? They don't know how to drive.
Asshole.
I mean, the guy was a jerk.
Look,
It's bad.
it's one thing if it's
pretty
like
bad.
downpour, pouring rain.
Yeah,
you know
that
what I
makes
mean? And it's
sense.
like zero visibility, like it gets at home or anywhere else in the country for that matter. But no, if it's so much as drizzles here, there's gridlock, stop dead traffic all over the place. Don't even think about going on any of like the
But
405, the 5, the 134, any of that shit.
Why is that the case?
Because people are fucking terrible drivers.
Well, yeah, but why?
What are you getting at?
No, I mean seriously, is it because they don't have driver's ed here? You like don't have to go
Oh.
to driver's ed and all that stuff.
I mean, I honestly think that it's just a lack of knowledge of how things work on the road and like rules and like knowing what's, you know what I mean?
It seems like everybody when they're driving here they are not aware that there's other people driving on the road. Like
Nope.
they're just
You know why? Mostly
they're
because they're
doing-
texting
they're
and
like
on their
in
phone,
their
and
own
I've been
world.
guilty of that.
They're in their own world. It's miserable.
But yeah, no, it's I don't know, it's a lot of things, but mainly it's just stupidity. It's just people not knowing what the hell they're doing. And then
bad.
the worst part is the indecision and like if you're going 25 on the road and then all of a sudden it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't put on a turn signal, but I'm going to stop and look at this house because it might be where I need to go. But
Yeah,
meanwhile, there's
that's what I
like
don't-
50 cars behind you. It's 5 p.m. Like, everyone's trying to get around. People are just...
That's what I just don't. The total lack of awareness.
Relax, man.
Yeah, we need to just...
I know it's pretty bad.
We need to just...
Relax, man.
Yeah.
But anyway...
It's
Well, at any rate,
It's... It's just a part of life out here, man. You just gotta deal with it. You gotta plan for it every single day, no matter what time. Like last weekend with the KKK shit and the terrible accident, like all of Anaheim and what is that? Northern Orange County,
yeah.
like northern, like top northern.
up top.
the young child. Anybody
Oh, I messed up. I tried. Do we even still have that one?
up top?
There we go. Look at that. We even got the fancy new stream. We're updating our studios like daily.
got all nice.
As we do this. We're getting real nice on it.
We got all nice.
So, I should probably just make a meme about that, about the whole deal, and post it.
Under meme you.
That's right. I want to start a university, meme university, and it's the entire curriculum is about and for and by memes. That's it. To teach people how to make memes, because that's all anyone listens to now anyway. That's like all anyone like
That's
uses
the most
for their political
impactful
stuff.
social
Oh,
interaction
absolutely.
someone can have. Mm-hmm. You summed
Can you
it all
imagine
up in that
majoring in
meme.
memes?
Could a meme you?
Like my course load this year is like political memes, feminist memes, black culture memes, like black culture pre-1960s memes.
Yeah, some good
like,
sports memes. For
Yeah,
sure.
sports memes. You can definitely major in some sort of sports memes.
The memes.
Yeah, the meme mbekwe.
The memes.
No, it's not.
Don't.
Can't sit here.
Yep.
Well, at any rate,
All right, so have you heard about this Cat Williams situation with Kevin Hart?
Let's take a closer look at that.
I'll be bringing mine in cash, Mitch.
Yeah. So what? Can you
So it's
you help me understand
absolutely.
this?
Oh, I'm all over this. So, Cat Williams has been, for lack of better terminology, beefing with Kevin Hart, or basically just calling him out. I don't know that Kevin Hart's even really responded to him. I don't know. All I've seen is like Cat Williams stuff, and he's frankly looks like he's kind of losing his mind a little bit. I mean, if I'm being honest, I love Cat Williams. I think he is one of the funniest comedians there is. Like, just naturally funny motherfucker.
Yeah.
That dude just makes me
Hilarious
laugh.
to hang out with.
Oh my god! Well, depending on the situation, because young man
right
gets
now.
himself into some trouble sometimes, and that's part of this whole deal that I'm about
Yeah.
to get into. Anyway, so he's calling Kevin Hart out for being a puppet to white people. Essentially, it's essentially what he's saying, that he is a sellout more or less. But that's what he's saying. I'm just being journalistic here about it for a minute. That's what he's saying though. So there's this video that a friend of mine posted online that, here, let me just play it for you before I try to explain it.
See, I seen your stuff on social media, boy, I know you what you do, but you do it for play. If you do it for real, here
So
it
he's
is,
got like
Kevin.
a parka on and like a
I
fur
got
coat,
a show at Joe hometown.
and he's like in an
Philly.
airport, like
I'm
on the
gonna take my
tarmac.
special there. On that stage, we can put whatever you want. A full court
looks a little
basketball
faded.
court, a boxing ring,
He looks a little faded.
2 microphones for a rap cipher,
Rap cipher.
or you can get your ass dusted in comedy on that stage. But it's $1 million up for each one. That's $5 million, Mr. 28 million in Forbes. I'll be
Where's he
bringing
getting
mine in
5 from?
cash.
Like, what the fuck is
Mitch,
Oh, we
bring
missed it.
yours however you want. And since you're not a puppet, don't bring no white people with you then.
That's
That's
the,
a $5 million bet
that's the heart of the matter
individually.
right there.
You can take it all, or you can take it part and parcel.
Part and parcel.
This is the
That's
new
pretty good.
movement.
That's pretty real good. Look, and right now he's doing like a heart over his face with his hands, and he's like backing away from the camera. He's got like
Hey,
fur coat.
and
He's
tell them
ridiculous.
plastic cup boys, we make enough money to drink out of real glassware.
Them's his
Wow.
fighting words.
well, at any rate,
That's. I mean.
Basically,
Hey, so Kevin Hart hasn't responded at all.
I honestly haven't seen, but I looked it up a little bit, and I only saw like Cat Williams stuff on it. Honestly, I didn't see much from Kevin Hart's side. So it looks to me at this juncture,
Just calling him out.
it just looks like he's calling him out. He's calling him, he's like a race trader almost. Like he's a puppet to white people with his comedy, and it's just, I can see why he says that, and he's basically saying like I haven't really changed. I haven't really, you know, no white person's got their hand up my ass. You know what I mean? And then he does have some good stuff to say about Dave Chappelle and Chappelle's situation, like what happened with him.
Yeah.
So what's the standard like myth, the legend around Chappelle?
Well, he went crazy and then went to Africa.
Right. That's what the story is, right? That's the
what
narrative.
everybody heard.
That's the narrative around Chappelle.
Yeah.
Well, Cat Williams has been outspoken about.
Or he
the
was
fact that,
overwhelmed by his new contract and the demands placed upon.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was also an aspect of he wanted control over what he was doing. He wanted to do what he wanted to do, and the network wanted him to do other stuff. And like, there's a difference when Dave Chappelle writes a skit where he uses the N-word, for example, and then when someone else writes a skit that uses the N-word, it's a different thing altogether. If it's coming from Chappelle's, it was one thing, but if it's coming from executives, he's looking at that as like, really? You know what I mean? Like and so he did have his principles and his morals, but what Cat Williams has to say about it's actually pretty intriguing in that he says that because he made so much money doing what he was doing, there came a point where like the executive said his contract was like null and void, right? Because he had made too much money, and so they offered him 10% of like that, like whatever the number is, 500 million. Now this is all unsubstantiated, as it were. It's just Cat Williams spouting off both on the stage and in like radio interviews, but he's very outspoken about it. He's very adamant about it, and he says basically Dave Chappelle didn't go crazy. Dave Chappelle just had a problem with what was going on with his contract and the show and everything like that. And the I guess what he's trying to say is the white executives were trying to put their hand up his ass, and Chappelle wasn't having it. So then they very quickly, you know, released this narrative widespread to everybody that Dave Chappelle went crazy. Like, you know, they like started the game of like telephone, or they like started the like rumor mill by like whatever was going on at the time. There wasn't
Which would
Twitter.
be easy to do. I mean,
Right.
people would be like, "You work at Comedy
especially
Central,
when
what
he
happened?"
walks away. Like when he like walks away off set and stuff, people, it's easy to paint him as crazy. But what if he really was just like, no, fuck this, man. Like this is not what I'm doing. This is not who I am. And I could totally see that. But I can and I can totally see that him basically getting smeared. You know, and then essentially, I don't know if it's extorted is the word, but he was, you know, screwed out of a shitload of money if that's the case. And that, you know, now he lives in a freaking farm in Cleveland, which more power to him, man. That sounds awful.
Asshole.
I mean, the guy was a jerk.
But it's true though.
Well, that's
Would you want to live in a farm outside of
I
Cleveland?
mean, yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool to live around. You could just live far out and know where nobody else was, and you like.
Literally, no one else would be there.
Yeah, but if you didn't have to work or do anything,
Look, man,
that'd
I'm
be
not
fucking
trying.
Awesome.
I'm not trying to say he's doing anything wrong. I have respect for him for doing that. But for me personally, if I'm moving to a farm, it's not going to be outside of Cleveland.
Wow,
It's going to be like, you know, Oregon or like,
that would be cool.
yeah, you know what I mean. Even
Over
back
near
home,
Abandoned Dunes.
you can go down to Bend, Oregon.
You go to Abandoned Dunes.
You can see snowman's up top there.
Up top, dog.
But in Oregon,
You need to diversify your bonds.
that's the
That's what we're
problem.
talking about,
That's
yeah.
the problem in Oregon.
Well, what about West
No, it's
Virginia? Don't they got some? They have some pretty good farms.
It's true. Remember, do you remember seeing, this is off topic, but I don't care. Did you ever see, remember Rescue 911 when we were kids? When like they would do reenactments of people getting in nasty car accidents?
Oh yeah.
Well, there was one about West Virginia, and I remember because my grandparents had a cabin there, and we used to go down there all the time with my cousins and stuff. And I remember one Rescue 911. I don't remember. Or Unsolved Mysteries was like more of the murder show.
Yeah.
This was about people who got in brutal accidents, and then they reenacted the accident on, you know, Rescue 911. And that wasn't William Shatner, right? William Shatner was Unsolved Mysteries.
No, that was. I think it was Robert Peck.
So William Shatner may have been
Maybe it was.
Rescue 911. All I got to do is Google it. All we got to do is get
What
our
do you use,
fucking
Google?
interns. Where's our interns?
Where's Siri? Where's Felipe?
Felipe Serna
Joaquin
and
is-
Joaquin. I gave Felipe Serna his fucking walking papers, dude. He's done.
Well, look,
Joaquin can come back anytime he wants. He's a nice young man.
The young
Yeah.
child.
Felipe is. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't even know you anymore.
Fuck Felipe Serna.
Yeah,
What was I just gonna Google's?
Something about the Google.
Well, at any
The
rate.
cop 911 reenactment deal.
Oh yeah. Anyway, the story that started all that is it took place in West Virginia, and these kids were like rope swinging, and one of them like landed on his foot wrong and just like completely snapped his ankle in half, like his skin too, and it was just like hanging off.
Compound fracture?
Yeah, like the worst kind. Like he swung across and was like just. And then so they reenacted it, and they had this like weird little fake foot dangling all over.
Oh, the little legs.
And that's all I know about West Virginia, other than the fact that we like grew up there, but in the cabin.
Yeah.
In Berkeley Springs.
Well, that's great.
Berkeley Springs.
That's great.
Well, at any rate.
West Virginia isn't that where all
Well,
was?
at any rate.
Yeah, actually.
Right?
Yeah, that's a great segue. Good job.
I think
We're getting
that
really
was,
good at this.
where that whole deal was.
So, in West Virginia, where Allgood was, where I went to college.
Rosie had to get up and go to college.
College.
That's where I went to college.
Oh, you had to get up?
No, it's where we went to, many a festival. Did you ever go with us?
9. I went over to Bonnaroo. I've been to Bonnaroo. I went over.
You never went to Allgood?
Nope.
We had some times at Allgood. The Benet and I in 07, that was the best times. You just mentioned Rusty
07?
Gaines. It all ties in, dude.
Wow.
It all ties in, man.
Big ass truck. He's
all
got the best
connected.
tattoo ever, man.
It's all connected.
Literally has the best tattoo
Anybody?
ever.
But yeah, so Allgood decided that it's gonna retire. I think it's done. I don't know if they're doing one more and then they're done, or if they're not doing one this year, and that was the announcement. But either way, it's gonna be done after this year. So
Why?
I don't know, man. My guess is the people that
Losing
run
that
it.
permit.
I think it was Walther Productions that ran it. Like, dude, they moved festival grounds a couple times. Like
Did
they
they
went to
really?
Ohio, and then like I think they went back to West Virginia maybe at one point.
Oh.
But basically, I think they're just done with it. Like I just think maybe they're old or something. But it definitely, in my humble opinion, it jumped the shark a little bit with like, music festivals. It kind of does the same thing every year.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's cool. For me, it was like a reliable go-to good time for a good slew of years there. And it was relatively cheap. The only thing about it was the drive down was very perilous because of La Policia, La Jura.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They
There were
catch you
hippies.
for this-
There were hippies getting arrested all over.
What do they have? Smoking dope?
Everything, dude.
They
Hippie
a bunch of
mafia getting
dope
busted for
dealers?
their nitrous.
Ugh.
Their nitrous oxide.
Bringing tanks down
Bringing
there?
tanks down there for dollars. They're turning tanks into dollars.
Aren't like the nitrous tanks legal medicinally in Philadelphia?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think.
Wow.
I honestly.
If anyone knows if nitrous is legal in Philly, let us know.
I really think that's actually true.
Next week on the Sports Nuts, we
Yeah.
broadcast live from Philly.
If that's true, that's pretty ridiculous. If not, I mean, I could clearly be wrong. Probably am. At any rate,
They're amateurs.
That's
They're
right.
a bunch of fucking amateurs.
That's the people who got arrested.
yeah,
They're amateurs.
they were great.
Come on, fuckhead.
I was driving by like,
Come on,
what are
fuckhead.
you guys doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and their pants are falling down, like their hair's all a mess. There's like rats in their head, literally. There's just like, they're dirty. There's smoke billowing out of their car. It's like a clown car of hippies on the side of the road in West Virginia. And like, I'm like, no wonder they got arrested. They're a bunch of morons. Look at them. But I've had some run-ins, I'll say. I was lucky. Anyway, moving on. All good. R.I.P. All good. And all of, I guess they're going to have to go down a little farther down south to like, what's that one called?
Bonnaroo,
Yeah, well, not Bonnaroo. I'm talking about Wakarusa.
Walkers, or what? In Florida?
Joseph knows about that one.
Is that in Florida?
No, I think it's in Alabama.
Bama?
Thanks, man.
No.
Can't sit here.
Yeah.
There it is.
Bama.
That's perfect for Forrest. Yeah,
We're getting good at this.
that was good.
Well,
I'll tell you what's not. I'll tell you what's not in Alabama.
What?
A lot of hockey going on.
The NHL? What if Alabama got an NHL team? What would they be called?
The Bandits.
What?
I don't know.
That was a really quick answer.
Birmingham Bandits or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, where would it be? Birmingham? It would just be Alabama. What if they just made a team of the South for like football? What if they took like the
University of the
What if they
South?
took the Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Bucks and they combined them to like
Florida Jag
just,
Bucks.
just like
Bucky
the
Jags.
football team of the South, and like all SEC fans could like root for an NFL team.
That'd be kind of cute.
and then all SEC.
Yeah, but they like the
players would
AT
go there.
aliens. They like the Taoists.
Yeah, they do. They like all.
They
of
like
that.
the Buoys, the Drew Buoys.
I wonder how big the Saints fan
Saints.
base is. It's probably pretty big by now.
Who Dat Nation?
Yeah. Nick Freeman's would know about
Nick
that.
Papa Giorgio.
Freeman's would know about that.
Yeah.
We'll bring him in when he's
Niklas.
nice and toasty sometime.
But at any rate,
Well, at any rate.
So the
got the whole-
NHL's cranking, man. And the thing about the NHL is that I don't really follow it until June, May. Like, just
once
because
those playoffs are going.
I mean, the way sports go, man, it's like the casual observer, which I'm a little more than just a casual observer, but I'm also not a freaking professional sports journalist or anything where I'm following sports 24/7. But I'm a little more
Prove it.
prove it. I'm a little more in tune with sports than the average fan, and even I don't follow hockey all that much in the. I follow the NBA more regular season than I do hockey. I just find it to be. The NHL, don't get me wrong, is very exciting, but you kind of have to watch an entire game for it to be like super exciting. Or
Playoffs.
obviously playoffs, but it has to be like a close game towards the end of the third period. You know what I mean? Just in regular season, and obviously like shootouts and stuff. I love hockey and I love the sport, and that's why I wanted to bring this up because this is like the Caps year of all years. Of all years to be a Caps fan, this is probably the right one. But I'll say what I've been saying for years about them. Let's see them do it in the playoffs because every year it's the same story. It's that was a lot of wasted talent. That was a wasted regular season. That'd be like if the 13 Broncos like were that way for years, like 6 straight years. That's sort of what it feels like with the Caps. I mean, they've had a couple down years
for a while.
Yeah, he was coming over.
At Lindstrom, right?
I'm on.
He was coming on over.
They're
Yeah,
good.
dude, they're great. They're
a good
stacked.
Team. Their coach is great. I mean, they're playing well, but they've never done it. So
Exactly.
it lends not a lot of strong belief.
But
to the
this
fact that
time,
they will.
I just brought it up because around this time of year, I'm starting to look at it and I'm starting to turn.
Football's
towards
over. It's like shit.
Football's over.
Well, but now I got the draft coming up,
Yeah, and the whole thing about the NFL is it's never over.
and Adam Schefter's getting sued.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's your boy. Update
I'm so happy.
on that.
Oh, he's just getting his ass sued. I don't know how much.
So when they
merit-
sent him the subpoena, did it read?
I'll be bringing mine in cash, Mitch.
yeah.
Is that like
No,
the
it was a
tone- the
picture
tone
of.
it?
It was actually a picture of his medical record.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, definitely. What? I'm just wondering when, when I don't know. I don't think anything's going to happen.
The guy was a jerk.
Yeah, he is a jerk. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but it's just nice that he's being called out for.
Well,
that
so who's
low
calling
blow.
him out and why?
Jason Pierre-Paul. Yeah.
I'm on.
Wait, so
JPP.
Jason Pierre-Paul's
He's
suing
suing
him?
ESPN and Adam Schefter.
I think he
specifically.
should. He's got a right to.
I'm just glad that that's happening because it's kind of calling him out because that was a total bullshit move. I don't care even if it is, HIPAA doesn't apply to the media technically, right? So I'm not sure if he really even has a case, but I just think that was improper because there was somebody else's medical information was on there. Another person's was on
So
there.
is this enough to get him fired?
No, he'll never get. Adam Schefter's like the best in the business
Well, why though?
because he
just knows
somehow
everybody?
Made all the connections. Like, I mean,
Did
he's
he
got to
sign some sort of deal with
Well,
the
he's not-
NFL to get to give him exclusive rights? Some sort of backdoor dealings?
I have no idea. I don't
What do you
think,
think?
so. I don't think he probably did. I think he just worked really hard and is a good journalist.
He's just really good at texting.
Was good at keeping his sources
good
secret
at
and
twittering and texting.
Yeah,
That's all he ever does.
I mean, 24 hours a day. He's
He
just
gets
getting
paid a
updates
shitload
about
of money.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
pays him? ESPN?
ESPN, Disney.
Does he get ESPN awards?
Disney does.
Disney does, yeah.
Disney.
Disney, right?
Disney. Right.
Speaking of Disney, are you going to go see the O's down top in Anaheim again when they come back?
When are they coming?
I don't know, sometime in the summer when they play baseball.
God. I'd like to go.
Coming up.
I really
top.
would like.
I think it's in May, maybe. And
Oh.
and they're
Raiders.
coming to LA.
To play the Doyers? Mm-hmm. Really?
Simone, first time ever that I've been out here that they've come to the Dodgers.
That's
They've
awesome.
come to play the Doyers.
They're really actually coming.
Doyers.
They're actually coming to Los Angeles.
They are right down the street.
Playing Ches Ravi.
For
which
Vince
is such
Scully.
an awesome
For Vince
stadium.
Scully's last time.
Vinny, let's play Dodgers baseball.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Can't sit here.
Nope.
Thanks, man.
No, he can sit here. That's
Take
fine.
him. Let
He's
him
cool.
sit down. Let him sit. Say luck.
Come on, fuckhead.
Yeah,
I know.
that was it was rude of me.
I mean, it was bad.
Vince Scully's a great man. He's great.
He's been there. For
I actually feel
78
lucky
years.
that I get to listen to him, but I find myself listening to him sometimes. And LA fans, anyone out there listening that's an LA fan, feel free to let me to rip me as to why I'm wrong about this, but sometimes I lose my train of thought when I'm listening to Vince Scully, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And like I forget, and like I just change the channel. I'm serious. Sometimes it just gets a little
How many years
boring.
has he been? Like, I've.
67,
That is ridiculous.
at least with the Dodgers.
67.
Yeah. No, so I give the man a world of respect.
67.
He is a monolith amongst apes. in the you know.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, so I'm excited to go see the Doyers and Vince Scully
That's gonna be awesome.
chirp about it.
I think it's great. I'm happy.
And then let
Oh,
me tell you
yeah, what
about
do you
what
got?
I just saw today.
What?
I drove by 360 North. What's it called?
Rockingham?
Rockingham. Yep.
No. Did you
I
actually
did-
really?
Yeah, I got it on my ways right here.
No shit.
I was over that way for
They
work.
demolished the house.
Yeah, but there was some dude setting up like camera stuff outside
Really? Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
over there in Brentwood, where the Monet lives. But so it got me thinking about all this hoopla about a knife. I'm sure you've heard,
What, they found the OJ knife?
Simone.
Apparently.
Are you kidding me though,
It's bullshit.
dude? How can that possibly be anything? other than
Everyone
bullshit?
knows the knife is in Chicago.
Everyone knows. He just went to the airport covered in blood.
I'll
with a
tell you,
knife
man.
and went to
I,
Chicago.
I'm
What
not
about
sure.
the theory
I-
that it's his son?
No, but think about this though. They searched and searched and searched his house, right? And they couldn't find anything.
Right.
And then OJ was like, "Yes, I have a knife, but I literally bought it a couple weeks ago, and I've never used it." And they're like, "Well, where is it?" So he tells them where it is, and they find it. and They go, "He's right. This has never been used. Like the oil is still on there."
Huh.
So
Well, then Furman, he was.
Furman,
He was all
nah,
in there.
Man, the thing is that everybody thinks
Crazy!
exactly, yeah.
That's crazy!
Everybody
Dude.
thinks that OJ definitely
Mm-hmm.
did it. I'll tell you what. All the incriminating evidence, I mean like all of the incriminating evidence was found by Mark Furman.
Right.
Mark Furman, he wasn't even supposed to be involved in the case. They said, "Look, they called it up. Now the senior detectives are coming in."
You need to diversify your bonds.
That's what Mark Furman,
That's what he was
Furman
doing.
needs to do.
I mean, he found the
You need to
glove.
diversify your bonds.
He found the blood on the Bronco.
He was climbing all up and down the
climbed
walls.
over the wall.
Yep.
To get to his house to try to knock on the door, and that's
He
where
was
they
kicking up all
roused
sorts of dirt.
Cato.
But it was kind of.
And look, there's the
Young
Bronco
child.
chase right there. Jesus.
I mean, dreams.
But everybody, I mean, he did the Bronco chase.
So
everybody thinks he's guilty
Let's
because of that.
let's fast forward. Well, dude, it looked guilty. Why
I know,
would
it does.
Why would you?
It does look guilty,
Do
but-
that if you didn't have some? But at the
How
same
many
time,
times-
maybe he was just.
How many people have
CTE'd
ever had
up.
that shit happen to them?
Maybe he was just CTE'd up. Remember we talked about that?
He definitely has CTE.
Maybe he was already and then that just like set him off.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I don't
your
think-
ex or whatever wife and her whatever friend getting brutally murdered, whether you did it or not, especially if you did it, but whether you did it or not is going to mess you up.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what
especially
I'm
the
saying.
mother of your kids.
That's
so
what I'm
like,
saying.
but in the heat of it, everyone's like, "Rah," you know what I mean? Like he has to be guilty. And then over time, it just got, more and more
Well, because
turned
he-
into
he
the
beat
legend
her,
rather
and
than the myth.
you can hear the tapes. Of
Absolutely. I mean, that's all part of it.
I mean, that changed a lot of people's
But
perspective.
what's going on right now is that okay, so let me get this straight. In the turn of the 21st century, around the late 90s, they demolished the
98.
Brentwood estate,
Yep.
98. And apparently a construction worker on that crew that demolished that lot apparently found this knife in
buck
question,
knife.
gave it to an LAPD officer who was either off duty
off
at the
duty on
time
a film
or
location.
yeah, or retired. They don't know.
He was off duty.
Yeah, he was off duty, but he's retired. So anyway, gives him to this LAPD cop, and then for what is it now? 20 years? 15, you know,
15,
between
20 years.
15, 20 years right now. I'm not very good at math on the fly like that. But 22 years.
This guy's had the damn thing the whole time.
And he just chooses now of all times to bring it out and be, oh, by the way, did you happen to know that there's this like hit TV show on right now about OJ? Really? No, I
didn't know that.
like was doing some spring cleaning and it just like fell out of my closet and I was like, ah, damn, like
Shit,
it's dangerous.
that
Why do I
knife.
have this in here? Oh, that's right. It was for the OJ case. So for the last 20 years, the biggest, most important piece of missing evidence in history, potentially, and of the biggest celebrity murder case, you know,
I mean, I think
potentially ever.
I think everyone knows about OJ.
Right.
Like,
And so it's part of my life. It's like part of how I was raised and like how
Yeah.
I grew up. It's like
I loved OJ,
ingrained
man.
in my deal.
Naked Gun, I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah, we were watching that shit going down to the freaking
I thought he was hilarious.
out the NCAA tournament down at College Park, Bird Stadium down there. But anyway, it was. So you're telling me this guy waits until now of all time to whip out this knife and be like, oh, by the way.
Well, no, he said so. The story, as the story goes, he called his friend. I think he recently retired. I don't know how long ago, but recently we'll call it. He called one of his buddies that still works there and says, "Hey, what was the case file number for the O.J. Simpson, like Nicole and Ron Goldman murder case?" And the guy's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, I got this knife. I framed it. I've had it framed. I just want to put a."
Oh, like the guy in Making a Murder? Get out of here. Was
Oh
that
no
the
no
same
no!
guy
Framed,
that found
like
it?
no, meaning like I want to put it in I put it in a frame.
No,
wanna
I know.
Like,
So did the guy in Making a Murder. Did you watch that shit?
who? Oh, the Ken Krantz?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Yeah. The guy's a jerk. I mean, that guy's corrupt. Fuck him.
Asshole.
I mean, the guy was a jerk.
Yeah. I mean, that guy's a jerk. But the other thing is,
No.
I don't know. You know, I think this is all bullshit.
Of course it's bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Of
Who
course,
knows?
they're going to come out and be like, this knife was made in like 2006.
Yeah, it's definitely BS.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Get out of here with that.
I don't know.
Some dude's just trying
But
to get
what
his
what
little
could it
15
do?
minutes.
We have double jeopardy, so he can't be tried again, right? So what?
Not
is it,
for the
what would it
same
do?
crime, no.
But if it had
Maybe
someone
they could
else's DNA on it or something, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course.
Then that would be
If,
kinda,
if OJ went on like a, excuse me, if he went on like a murder spree with that knife and he killed other people with it, I think we probably would have known about that by now.
yeah.
They're like, oh, that reminds me, that same night, there were like 16 other murders that night with the knife, and we never investigated any of them. Like,
I don't know.
I don't
man.
think that's the case.
I don't know what happened, dude.
Pretty sure this is fake evidence.
I don't know. And I just why did it end up being so divided racially? Like, oh, if you're white,
Because
you
it
think
was
he guilty. If you're
manufactured
black,
that
you think
way.
he's. I mean, but like
That's
people,
how, I mean,
people like seem to really feel that way. Like,
obvious, dude. Remember when we were kids and that was going on? Do you remember what people talked about?
I mean, I remember being in Loyola in class in sixth grade.
I was at like
when they
Hamilton, like
brought
I
in the fucking verdict.
I was at like some summer camp at Hamilton or something, and it was a very diverse crowd, and that was where I saw my first ever condom, by the way.
That's great.
Wow. It was outside. It was like we were all out by like the basketball court, and there was like a used condom, and I lied to the kid at the time and told, because he was this some like big like older kid was like showing everybody where he's like, oh, you know what that is right there? And everyone's like, no. He's like, it's a condom. And we're like, I don't, what's that? And he's like, it's, and he told us what it was about. For anyone listening that doesn't know what a condom is, I mean, maybe
There's nobody who does.
Google it.
Just use your friend Google.
So anyway,
Well, at any rate.
couldn't get there. Couldn't get there.
Google.
So anyway, the point is, it was a very diverse crowd, and everyone was talking about it, but we didn't know like what was going on. We just knew about it, and like knew like I remember talking to a couple kids, and they knew that it was like a racial thing. Like they were talking about how it was the police and it was that. And at the time, I was just like, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever, man. I was just cared about Ace Ventura at the time.
Yeah,
I was obsessed.
That was awesome.
We got to get some drops of that. But
Pet Detective.
I was obsessed with Ace Ventura when I was like literally around that time. So, and The Lion King. What?
It's a great show. That's a good.
So anyway, I'm just saying, it's part of my life. It's part of your life. It would be nice if we got some like closure on it, so that everyone can kind of like. But it doesn't matter. It's just this
don't you
huge
think
thing.
it was racial in the sense that like it really was racial because like Furman,
absolutely yes.
Like, there's no doubt in my mind he planted evidence.
Yes,
like there's
absolutely.
no doubt in my mind.
Well, it's the same thing in making a murder. How can they possibly justify, for example, finding those keys? Like, come on, man. After like
that's
7
bullshit.
trips,
they
it
took
fell
pictures
out
everywhere.
from behind the.
They took pictures.
Get outta here.
Come on.
No way.
That's bullshit.
And it just so happens to have like a little droplet of blood on it.
Yeah, no.
Why would he? What was he doing that he like? You know what I mean? Oh, it's so weird. Anyway, but the guy in Making a Murder, Avery, that whole clan, they're really not
weird.
intelligent people. To
They're
be
weird,
honest,
man.
Which is why the whole thing is weird to me. It's like, why would I mean? Anyway, we don't need
Getting railroaded.
Well, and anyway.
the whole thing.
Yeah. But
Speaking of the news,
the news.
I don't want to talk about this guy. I'll just say, did you hear about the Mitt Romney thing?
No.
No?
Yeah, he bashed Trump.
Well, he came out and basically, yeah, he definitely bashed him. But he also said, like, hey, like, you know, if you need anybody to, like, step in.
He did.
Hey.
Was he hinting?
I'm here.
He was hinting?
Yeah, he was hinting.
Good.
So.
I love Mitt Romney. Not.
Ned Niederlander.
That's Mitt Romney.
Yep, he's a Ned Niederlander, folks.
Oh, my God.
Whatever. Who cares, man? This is going to be such a shit show. It's
already such a shit show.
I mean, it's going to be. Think about as election time comes up. Is Trump now discredited, or are people like?
No, man.
Is he getting more popularity?
He can come right out on stage, take a shit, and then be like, literally, fuck anyone that's not white. I am the leader of the KKK, and he'll get more votes from on the Republican side. Seriously, because at the point everything is whipped up, and that was supposed to be hyperbole, by the way. Hyperboles. Hyper pizza
Hyperbole. Oh, pizza bowl was great.
Hyper pizza bowl.
That's racist!
No, it's not.
No, the pizza bowl. It's not racist against Italian people.
First, you
Don't
gotta
worry.
do the truffle shuffle.
It's racist against fat people.
First, you gotta do the truffle shuffle.
Oh, what?
Wait, what happened?
Thanks, man.
Google.
But dude, if this turns into a bait and switch situation where all of a sudden the GOP has built Trump up to this whole, and then everyone's all, oh, something's got to happen, something's got to change. Well, let's step in here. Look, guys, hi. This guy,
hi,
it was a reality show this whole time. You guys have all been pranked. You've been pranked,
and you were actually going to vote for him,
and you're still going to vote. And so here's the real candidate. His name is Mitt Romney. Hi, he's really sketchy, like way more sketchy than Donald Trump, because Donald Trump's just like selfish, you know. Mitt Romney is like connected and selfish, and it's way scarier for someone like that. No, I don't know, man. It's equally scary in different directions.
What about Hillary Clinton? Is she any
Same
better?
thing, man.
Like,
no, she's not any better.
Like,
no,
it's unbelievable.
She is not any better, and that's my concern.
And Bernie, Mr. Bernie Sanders.
The thing about Bernie, though, dude, the one thing about Bernie that I really like is that he's, and I know I'm turning people off, whatever. You can talk about stuff like this. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever.
We can all talk
this
about
is discourse.
it. It's fine. It's just, yeah. It's constructive human discourse, and that's what it's all about. So, and that's what I'm all about. But the whole point here that I'm trying to make, do I believe Bernie's platform 100%? Absolutely not. Do I believe it's even possible? Hell no. It's completely impossible. But what he's saying is that instead of going more in the direction that we're already going that isn't working, so let's just vote someone else in that's going to continue to do that, just shovel money into the corporations in the top 1%, and then in the same breath bitch about social programs like welfare and stuff like that. When it, you know what I mean? The two things are total. I don't know. I'm trying to not get into a political rant here. I'm just saying Bernie actually cares about making real changes to the way the system works. Trump supporters can say that all they want, that he's interested in, you know, he's in it for our interests and he wants to change the system and stuff. No, he doesn't. He wants to use the system.
He wants to make it huge, and then
he wants to get real huge on it, and then just use it
for himself.
But Bernie actually knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for decades. He hasn't wavered all that much from anything.
Wasn't he independent before, by the way?
He's a career independent. He's like the longest serving independent representative, I believe. But the point is, whether or not you believe entirely in his dogma and his doctrine or whatever, it doesn't matter. In my opinion, he is the only one of that bunch that doesn't have these really crazy, sketchy ulterior motives, that isn't outright racist. Like, I mean, come on, man. Are we going to split hairs here? Am I wrong? Trump is.
I don't know if you can call him officially racist, but it's pretty bad.
How not? When you just all right, let's go with this. When you categorize all illegal people in this country that are from south of this border as Mexican, and you talk about the country of Mexico, and don't even acknowledge any other Hispanic culture or country, that's racist.
That's racist!
It's racist.
I mean,
it's racist. How is it not?
Calling
anyone of brown skin that has a Z or a J in their name is Mexican. No, that's racist.
So
he's a racist.
It's racist to group every single person into
How
that
about
category.
Muslims? You want to go down that road?
Listen, let's think about this, though, Kevin.
This is Donald Trump. This is what he says.
Look at the geography. Mexico extends so far south.
Right.
So far south that it's logical to assume the vast majority of the people
right,
are
if you don't
from
know
Mexico.
Right, if you don't know the actual numbers.
So I don't think just saying people coming in from Mexico is wrong to say.
Literally saying Mexico sends us rapists and murderers.
Is that true? Is that not true? I don't know.
That the Mexican government sends rapists and murderers over the border to infiltrate our country? I highly doubt.
Get rid of your. I mean, Australia was basically a prison colony, right? Like
Mexico's government is very sketchy and is not to be trusted or trifled with, but we can trifle with them. It's fine.
In Chicago, bust all those people out to Milwaukee or whatever, right?
And New York kicked all the bums out.
Yeah,
but
man.
Dude, if that's happening, that's not that's not what he's saying. We're not building a wall to stop he doesn't want to build a wall to stop the rapists and the murderers only.
Oh yeah.
He's literally talking about anyone that comes through that border, which yes, anyone that comes through that border technically is coming through Mexico, but they're coming through Mexico via a bunch of other places too. Just go around here, man.
Yeah.
And then furthermore, we also have borders on our west, our north, and our east that he's not talking about. And the other thing is, his immigration, his view and his standpoint on immigration is entirely outdated by at least 20 years, 15, 20 years. Because there's actually a mass emigration of Mexican immigrants back to Mexico because it's not working out for them here because it's fucking tough. You ever drive by a Home Depot? You think those guys are taking any of your jobs? No. And there's a lot of people that are here, whether legally or not, that are just trying to make ends meet and they can't. And they're only doing it for their families. They're not doing it for any other reason. And they're not rapists and they're not murderers.
And they're not.
Okay? And so that's what I'm looking at here. And then we can go to the Muslim side of
right,
things. We're going to round up every Muslim and say, you're a terrorist, you got to wear a badge. Dude,
no, I know.
This is the kind of stuff that he is promoting.
Yeah, but I don't think...
And that's a healthy thing for the country?
I think if he stays as a Republican, because maybe he'll break off independent.
If he doesn't get the nomination, he'll probably still keep running, which is great. That whole
I don't
right side will
but
implode.
The thing is, man, is if he stays with, he still has to sort of kind of conform, because if he stays
he's not at all. And that's why the Republican Party is probably
making you already have people in the Republican Party going, whoa now, no, that's not representative of us. We need to get this guy out of here. Says a lot.
Well, they need to step in and do that at some point in time.
Yeah,
they need to.
So maybe he has to break off. Maybe I don't know.
I think ultimately he and Bernie will end up running as independents, and it'll be someone like Rubio and Hillary, and then it'll be like a landslide for Hillary, except for the fact that Bernie will take votes away from her if he still runs independent, unless he goes on her ticket, which I doubt he will.
I don't know.
Wow.
Well, at any rate.
Yeah.
That was a long app.
There's
we
a
still
lot
got,
of deal
we still
there.
got a lot of stuff to talk about, but
Well, at any rate.
that's it. That's
Thanks.
all we got.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Hey, thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hey, Papa Timmy Daddy, thanks.
The Knutzes. They're a bunch of fucking amateurs.
What about the ponies?
They more excited for a free ticket sandwich than a win. That's what it looked like.
I'll be bringing mine in cash, Mitch.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Hey, thanks.
We
Hit
are
us
the
up.
Sportstronauts.
Hit us up on the Twitter. We love the Twitter.
Yeah, really get after us a little bit. Twitter, blow us up on some of this shit. Be
At
like, you guys didn't even talk about
Sportstronauts.
sports today.
Send us random comments and ridiculous comments as well, and
Facebook,
also
Twitter, Instagram.
yell at
Tell
us
her
and
I'm on.
try to provoke us.
No, let's
and,
just do
Send us weird,
very
incriminating pictures.
inflammatory material. That's
Send
what
us
we're looking
some
for.
DJ Khaled Snapchats that we don't follow.
Yes. Yes.
All right, that's
Maybe
it.
secret video of Beyonce.
We love you
and,
guys. Thank you for
Jay-Z
listening.
fighting or something.
Well, and any asshole.
I mean, the guy was a jerk. Mitch. Bang.
How about that?
Racist!